We all have at least one personality, don't we? So, what if I have a few extra? What is it? What is it a concern of yours? Well, I suppose it is a concern of yours as you're listening to my voice. I should be polite, and I shall be. As polite as I can as I describe my adventure, of course. And what sort of adventure would that be? The adventure of going to the summit, all the way up the mountain, to speak to the one, the Magi, who would give wisdom. Very noble and very treacherous. But upon reaching the summit of this mountain, I did in fact meet the Magi, of course. You did? Absolutely, I did. And what did he say after your long climb? Your treacherous journey to meet him? What did he tell you? What was this wisdom? He said, all coaches are dumb. All coaches are dumb. Is what he said. All coaches are dumb. He kept repeating. Then I offered him the option of giving me wisdom beyond sports, and he said I was categorized as sports on this mountain, and I had to deal with sports with him, as that was his specialty. And he said all coaches are dumb, so I gotta believe him. So I decided to test the theory. Are all coaches dumb? The Magi says yes. We shall find out. So, all coaches are dumb. Now we can rest with that fact. But we must remember the corollary to that theorem. All coaches are dumb. Some coaches are dumber than others. And that is the pecking order. So you want your coach to be not as dumb as the other coach, and that does help you. Let's take Georgia, for example. Mike Bobo has been called a dumb coach. Well, that's not a big deal. I just told you they're all dumb. But Mike Bobo does register on the dumber side of dumb. What do you mean? Well, it is dumb as a coach to call 20 to 30 or more plays that can only get 2 or 3 yards if run successfully. That's dumb. It's dumb when you have players on the field who could execute much longer plays because they should be able to do that. Shouldn't they? Your offensive line is supposed to give you 3 seconds. That's really all you can ask. So a quarterback can make a play in 3 seconds. Line protects for 3 seconds, maybe 4, maybe 5. Maybe whatever they need depends on the line, depends on the rhythm of the offense. But when you think about it, a wide receiver, you've got 20 in your locker room. The receiver room, most schools, about 20. That's what Georgia had last year. You got 20 athletes called receiver. How many of them run the 40? Under a 5? Well, probably some do. 4.2 is like great speed. We have guys who they're fast. So So the average receiver can get 30 yards downfield within that 3 seconds. All he's got to do is have separation. Quarterback sees him, throws it, and that's called an offense these days. You do that more than you do anything else. Or you dump it to the tight ends. It only takes a second. Dump it to the backs. But you go vertical and not sideways. Going sideways is dumb because the end zone is not on the side. The end zone is at the end. It's vertical. You have to attack vertically. You have to have plays that can accomplish more than 2 or 3 yards with proper execution. So it is therefore, ergo, dumb to call even one play in a game that can only get 2 or 3 yards. But it's criminal to play 30 such plays. And Georgia suffers from having that happen. And people defend it because no one wants to admit they have a dumb coach. But if you just understand all coaches are dumb, it really changes the way you look at it. So now let's get away from the idea of dumb for a minute and think about something else. Let's think about dishonest. All coaches are dishonest? Maybe. They certainly can be, can't they? They have their little language called coach speak. But how does the fan base feel when a coach silently and quietly he gives a contract extension to a offensive coordinator who finished 51st in the country. He did this before last season. But it wasn't announced. No one knew it but Kirby and Bobo. Their little secret. No reason the fans need to be bothered with things like that. And that's called dishonest and dumb. And now you're getting into deep water. Dumb and dishonest. That's pretty deceitful. We keep working with the D's here. And D is an interesting number because that's about what Georgia puts on the field, is a D minus on offense. 51st in the country. Barely above Tulane. I'm pretty sure Iowa was above us. I got it written down. I could show you. You really want to keep up with all them teams that's got a better offense than Georgia? Well, there were 50 last year. And we brought back the same dumb coach. But he won't be dumb this year because this year Kirby says he's going to be smart. He thinks he can turn it around. But he didn't want to tell the fans that he had re-upped him. Go look at the comments on any post you might see about Georgia and look at the negative comments concerning Bobo. They're all over the place. The fans would have revolted had he given Bobo that extension. We were thinking he was going to get rid of him. But no, he quietly gave him an extension before he finished 51st in the country in offense. How about that? Well, that goes beyond dumb and deceitful. I don't know where you put that. I think that's called being devious and sneaky and not transparent. But you're only dealing with the people that pay the bills, the fans. They don't need to know nothing. Just write those checks and let these smart coaches pretend they aren't dumb. So I hate to break it to you. But if all coaches are dumb, all fans can't be dumb. We don't have that luxury. We can't be dumb if the coaches are all dumb. We've got to put their feet to the fire. Otherwise, you let dumb coaches do whatever they want with billions of your dollars. That's right. They get paid by your money, don't they?